They formulated a new powder, increased the pressures, got a little bit more velocity out of the bullet. They call it thus the 38 Smith & Wesson Special, which is the most common one you're going to see around now. Okay, go ahead and pass this around. You'll see what I'm talking about, where it's stamped on the firearm. On this Glock, on this side, on the slide, it's going to say, have the model number, which is 23. That designates the size. And it's a .40 caliber. If it would be a 9mm, it would say 9mm, or 9mm Parabellum, or 9mm Luger. All three are the same. The 9mm was invented by Luger back then and when, at the turn of the, towards the end of the 18th century, the 19th century, I'm sorry. Okay? You'll see it here also.
So what is the little one, a 22?
22 long rifle. In 22 you have three calibers. You have 22 short, 22 long rifle, and 22 magnum. When you buy the magnum round, it's called 22, it says Winchester Magnum. You'll see a W there because Winchester is the one that developed. All they did was they took that cartridge and extended it. The same happened with the 22. They extended it, they called it the long rifle because they started to put it in rifles and they wanted it to have more power. And then the 22 Magnum came out later on, and that cartridge was developed by Winchester.
Look at the way it's made.
Another thing you're going to see here, pass it around.
All the
Hang on to that for a second.
that gun, yeah.
I wrote these big old casings.
What do they call
at
the 357, 357 Magnum? What is it? I mean,
okay.
It's a same 38 hole.
I'll get to that one in a minute. I'll answer your question in a minute. When you buy a bullet, all bullet, the same as the gun, is stamped. What caliber it is. You're going to look at the back of this casing, and it's going to have stamped into it the caliber that projectile is. In this case, what you're holding is an spent casing of a 30-06 or 270.
270.
This is a 270 Winchester. This is my daughter's rifle, hunting rifle. This is a 270. You look at her rifle, on the barrel, it's going to say 270 Win, W-I-N for Winchester. The same as the bullet. You take this bullet from the Glock, you saw what it said, 40 caliber. That round was developed by Smith & Wesson. It'll say 40. The boxes will say 40 S&W because Smith & Wesson, back then and when I started to say the history of this bullet, that developed it, they called it the 40 Smith & Wesson. That's a 40 caliber. If you look at the bottom of the casing, you will see that also. It is stamped. And some